Google folder structure for your OBC lesson. So you will see that I am right here in your OBC lessons in process. This is where all of your folders are living that you created in August. And I am going to go right here where it says example lessons. And when you click in here, just so you know, these are all lessons from last year that are examples. And right here where it says example HyperDoc lesson blocks, if you click in here, you will find all sorts of different ideas for using Google Docs and Google Slides as HyperDocs, HyperSlides to guide students through lessons. This right here has all sorts of different lessons organized in content area, all sorts of very, very great things. So just so you know in there, that's where your creativity is going to come all through in your lesson. Now, what I want to talk about are these lessons here that we have, again, under example lesson structure folder. This is how we would like the initial folder, like when you click into your lesson folder, to look like. So if I click into this lesson folder, what we want to see is we want it to be in grid view. Just looking over here, it could be in list view. And if you work best in list view, hey, go ahead and do all of that, not a problem. But when we hand it in and we're done in March, we'd like it to be in grid view. And again, that's right over here. So when you land in here, we want to be able to see a lesson resource folder, which I'll talk about in a second. And then these are all of the overriding important documents and resources that help to guide your lesson. So this is the lesson information document. This is this person's lesson. This is what students would click into to help them and to guide them through the lesson. We'll look at it in a second. You'll also be directed later on in this year to put in, this is a screencast about navigation. There's also a reflection that you'll put in here as well. Don't worry about that now. But those things all go on this, what we call landing page. You will also be asked to make a web tags document that will contain some words that will help teachers to search for key parts of your lessons and your lesson resources. Again, more about that coming down the pike later in February. Now, what is important is to know that you will have slides, a document, lots of different ways to do this, but something that guides students through the lesson. So this is an example of how this teacher used it. They used slides and students would go through each slide. Okay. Now, the interesting thing is in your slides or in your lessons, you're going to have places where students will have to have links to go to resources, to do activities, whatever it is. So for example, right here, this is a Google form that this teacher wants students to fill out. And you can see that it's hyperlinked. The key here is that everything needs to be linked into resources that live in this OBC drive. It cannot live in your personal drive. It cannot live in your district drive, and it cannot be shortcutted into this drive. You'll have to make a copy from wherever it is, or you can create it right here in here, but you'll make a copy from where it is and you will transfer it into your lesson resources folder. So you'll create this lesson resources folder and PDFs, images, forms, documents, slides, whatever are going to live right here. And then you're going to get the links from the copy that is in your OBC drive. And that will then be linked into your lesson. Okay? Now, I'm going to say it one more time as I'm going to go backwards here just for a second because I want to show you another one. But nothing can live in your personal drive, your district drive, or in your or be shortcutted. Okay, no shortcuts. So here's another example. This is geometry. She also uses a Google slide to help students to navigate through the lesson. Here's her lesson resources, and everything she has for that lesson is right in here. So when she wants to link this in, she goes here, she finds the share, and she copies it. Okay. I'm also going to direct you to your OBC guide, resources guide. There's a whole section just on Google structure and format. It has lots of how-to videos if you need help with that.